Welcome back to Clover Days. Last time, we made it official with Hekiru, and absolutely no one was surprised at the revelation. And now we are greeted with Asurin Sensei.
Rin, おかえり。
こんなところで買い物袋下げて何やってるの？ヒッキ、家に入らないの？
今は入っちゃダメだ。
ん？
ユウはヘキルに夢中だからね。
Hmm?
ほむ。
ヘキルがいっぱい話してくれたよ。
Also, someone brought up the fact that some of the CGs are missing because I don't have the patch. I would have the patch if I could. I don't know if I can get it anywhere else outside of Neko Neon's website. So, bear with me on that.
本当に幸せそうに。
Yeah. She's happy, but there's a couple people who aren't.
羨ましくなるほどに。
Mm-hmm.
ヒッキーはそれでいいの
Did you really have to ask? Do you not hear the tone of her voice?
今もわざわざこうして。
いいに決まってる。
Are you really, though?
僕も望んでることだもん。
でも泣きそうじゃないあなた。
Shit. Asurin Sensei, I love you, but you are so fucking clueless.
僕だって。
うん。
ヘキルと一緒なのに。
That is unfortunately not right.
同じ顔と体をしてるのに。
Yeah, but there's more to his feelings than that.
僕もユウに女として見てもらえたのに。ユウと僕は約束したのに。僕が約束したのに。
二人を今みたいにくっつけたのはヒッキー自身じゃない。
分かってるよ。分かってるさ。分かってるのに。分かってたのに。どうして僕は。
I forget what visual novel this happened in, but the last time I remember hearing this good of a performance from Rika Kitami was oh fuck, what was it called? Oh, Hello Lady. She was the redhead Tamao. I loved her. She had a similar reaction to something that happened that sounded like this, and I loved it. I love that too. She's a hell of an actress.
どうしてこんなに辛いのか。自分は 物にはこだわらないはずなのに。
And this is why you will never be in love. I kid. Or do I? I don't know.
そうだよ。なのに僕はユウとヘキルのことだけはこだわって嫉妬してしまってる。分かってた。分かってたんだ。本当はずっと前から。
Yeah, I had a feeling this was gonna happen.
なのに僕は。
ねえヒッキー、それはさ、
限界だよ。
ちょっと、はあ、
これで大丈夫？
Yep. Back to normal. Okay. Yep. So, during that, we were doing that. After we finish doing the deed, we clean up and make ourselves look presentable. Even if Hikaru is aware and acknowledges that we have a sexual relationship, you can't have her return to this. Man, she's really taking her time. Though, I guess that did work in our favor.
お買い物いっぱいになっちゃって大変。
She's having a hard time with something, I'll tell you that. I don't know. If she doesn't return soon, we should probably send her a text or something.
大変なら迎えに行く。一緒に荷物持つ。
Mm-hmm.
ユウと幸せだったから今度はヒカルの番。
When all is said and done, Hekiru remains Hekiru. Her two most beloved people in the world are me and Hikaru. I'll go ahead and try calling her then.
電話。
ただい
Astarin Sensei. I'm startled by her sudden appearance. I really didn't expect her to come home before Hikaru. And she's holding some shopping bags on one arm.
どうしてリンゴ？
帰ってきたらちょうど家の前でヒッキーに会ったのよ。で、これを渡されたってわけ。冷蔵庫に入れときゃいいのかしらね。
ヒカルは？
なんかね、急な仕事が入っちゃったんだってさ。だからヒッキーから連絡来るのを待った方がいいかもね。
Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna call by herself. Just not right now, at least.
急な仕事ならこっちの電話取ってる余裕ないかもしれないし。
Also, good on Asarin Sensei for not, you know, bringing the mood down after we just did what we did. Well, I think Hekiru might realize it anyway. It's the following day, and a new week is upon us. Being the week before midterms, the school suspends all extracurricular activities and forbids students from going to part-time jobs so they can use this time to prepare. Excuse me. They actually do that? Suspending the extracurricular activities, I understand, but they can forbid them from going to their jobs? Well, that's news to me. It's a yearly period where everyone's spirits sink as they realize the most dreaded time of the year is almost upon them. Yeah, don't I know. However, completely unrelated to that, Hekiru herself is depressed. Her brow is furrowed, a rare display of emotion from someone who usually maintains a blank expression at all times. Hikaru never came home last night?
それで朝方に電話来たの。もうこのリンのお家には帰らないって。
shit.
私たちの邪魔をしたくないから距離を置くことにしたって。仕事先の人のお家で暮らすことにしたって。
Yeah. Hikaru didn't come to school that day either.
あ、ゆうとさん、どうでしたか
Nay. I can't get to her.
そうですか。ひょっとしたら携帯の電源を切ってるのかもしれませんね。
Oh my god, what have we done? Maybe. I stew over the bad feeling in my gut as I survey the classroom.
ヘキルちゃん、そんなお顔しないでください。きっと大丈夫ですから。でも、ヒカルがいない。帰ってきますって。そのうち絶対帰ってきますって。
Hanzu desperately tries to cheer her up, but her efforts are in vain. Hekiru frowns, staring at the ground with an abject fear in her eyes. And the narrator's holding back tears.
一緒だったわけですからね。
Sorry, I talked over that. Hang on.
生まれてからずっと一緒だったわけですからね。
Yeah.
こういう風に距離を置かれたのはヘキルさんにとっては初めてのことなんでしょう。
Yeah, she's basically been... What's the term? Not protection jacket. Well, anyway, yeah, they've been inseparable all their lives.
落ち込むのもわかります。
Yeah. Henri probably sympathizes with her, having a twin sister herself. And I don't blame her. She furrows her brow and bites her lip.
けど、どうして今さら家出なんか。
I wouldn't necessarily say she ran away from home.
違いますか？
Yeah, that's basically what she did. In every sense of the word, that's what she did. I don't want to acknowledge it, but she's more than likely right. Hikaru ran away from home. Even if I do acknowledge it, why would she do something like that?
優斗さんとヘキルさんをくっつけたのは結果としてヒカルさんご本人です。何の心配もなくなったからということです。納得はいきます。
Yeah.
そうなるとつまりヒカルさんは最初からそのつもりだったということになってしまいますけど。
ほら、ヘキル、特別に持ってきてあげたわよ。
Izumi, I don't think this is the best time.
すごい。ヘキルちゃん、クロワッサンいっぱいだよ。他にも山盛りだよ。
ありがたくいただきましょう。みんなでご飯を食べればきっと元気が出ますよ。
そうそう。それにヒカルちゃんだってすぐに帰ってくるかもしれないじゃない。
そうよ。だからそんな顔するんじゃないわよ。
Oh, I see. She's trying to help.
だからいい加減その顔やめないと泣かすわよ。もしくは私が泣くんだからね。
泉。いっそ泣いてすっきりするのもいいかもしれません。今ならほら、みんなついていますから。
Fuck. At lunchtime, my sisters came to console Hekiru, as did Tsubame and even Izumi. She ended up crying, just like I did. But as Henri said, that was probably for the best. I stuffed my phone in my pocket. I've tried calling Hikaru numerous times, but with no luck thus far. Which means she probably won't pick up no matter how many times I try. So instead, I should focus on cheering up Hekiru. You're free to join in, Miso-san.
でもいいのかな。私はみんなと違って幼馴染じゃないし。
So what? You're still our friend? Yeah.
ヘキルちゃん。水即座にしがみつかれた。
Just let it happen. I know I would. It's probably a reflection of how defeated she feels right now.
Oi, Hekiru!
Oh boy. The one person who he hadn't seen so far, Torakichi, then waves and comes over.
お兄ちゃんどこ行っとったん？もうヘキルちゃんほっぽって冷たいやんか。
アホ抜かせ。わいほど思いやりあふれる男がどこにおんねん。
Torakichi, now is not the time to have your head up your ass.
ヘキル、美術室に行くで。顧問の先生に使用許可もらってきたし。そうそう、絵や。絵を描こう。ヘキルっちゅうたら絵やからな。
なんで そうなるのよ。それどころじゃないわよ。
There may be something to that.
今だからこそに決まっとるやんか。目いってる時は好きなことやって気分を変えるのが一番や。
Well, I suppose it's something.
ちゅうわけで美術室に行こうな。
ドラ吉。
That might not be such a bad idea. And with that in mind, we all go to the art room. Here's your brush, Hekiru. She takes the brush and faces the easel and canvas. However, all she does is sit there lifelessly. Hekiru? Or so I thought. But the tip of her brush starts shaking more and more. Eventually, it falls from her hand and drops to the floor. Hekiru then squats down to pick it back up.
ヘキルちゃん、大丈夫？
What do you think?
書けない。
Well, it's worth a shot.
暗いの。何も見えない。何も書けない。
何言うとん？今昼間やで。めっちゃ明るいやんか。
Torakichi, shut the fuck up. Hekiru merely shakes her head feebly. Everything's black. I can't see anything.
孤独を感じてた私を照らしてくれたもう一つの光。
Hitotsu.
いつも私のそばにいて私を支えてくれるヒカルとそしてユウ。
The shock of Hikaru leaving her is enough to cause Hekiru to lose all ability to paint.
じゃあユウここで。
After school, I walk Hekiru to her home as per usual. She virtually hasn't said a word since lunchtime. Even during our walk here, she remained completely silent. Are you sure you don't want me to stay at... or do you want to stay at my house? I invited her numerous times as a way to get her mind off of it.
ヒカルが帰ってくるかもしれないから。
Yeah. However, she shakes her head and refuses. And I can say nothing more to console her. Ah. 3 days pass with nothing changing. Hikaru still hasn't returned, nor has she contacted us. And even though our midterms are quickly approaching, she's remained absent from school. She'd been set on doing this from the very beginning, like Henri suggested. She must have known what kind of impact it would have on Hekiru. Seriously. Hikaru knows her better than anyone else. Oh, excuse me. Nonetheless, she still hasn't shown herself to us. As a result, Hekiru is still in a state of depression and unable to paint. As I lean against the wall, I look up at the ceiling and let a quiet sigh escape. The hallways are virtually empty at this time of day. And we've always been able to enjoy our time alone because of that. But now, that emptiness only serves to make us sadder. Hekiru, did I do something wrong? I somewhat asked that without thinking, but Hekiru merely shakes her head.
間違ってたのは多分私。
What do you mean? She walks over to next to me and leans against the wall like I am.
私とヒカルはずっと一緒。性格は違うけど、絵を描くのは私だけになったけど、ずっと一緒。もう一人の私。私にとってなくてはならない、もう半分。
Yeah, and I'm positive that it's the same for her. She's mentioned it to me countless times. That she and Hekiru are two parts of a whole, mirror images of one another. And that's why losing her has sent Hekiru into a state of grief.
そう、同じなの。同じ顔、同じ声。私たちは二人で、だけど一人みたいに二人。昔はね、ヒカルも絵を描いてたの。
Huh?
お父さんから教えられて。けど、私たちは一緒なのに、褒められるのは私だけだった。だから、ヒカルは絵を描かなくなって。だから、私は絵を描き続けて。ヒカルは絵を描く代わりに、ずっとそんな私を支えようとしてくれてて。
Being Hekiru's sister, I always assumed she had some level of talent for art. But I had no idea that her father instructed them both when they were little. And according to this story, Hekiru so strongly devoted herself to art in part to make up for the fact that her sister stopped. and Hikaru took it upon herself to support her sister, who was devoting all of her time to art, through housework and chores. It's like they each compensated for what the other lacked. Damn. I never thought of that.
One緒だったの。ずっと。
Her voice is so feeble, it brings sorrow to my heart. Oh, yeah, you and me both.
一緒に暮らしてきた。同じもの見て、同じ時間過ごして。だから一緒に約束したのに。
She crouches down again before continuing on.
3人で結婚するって約束したのに。
The promise we exchanged 10 years ago.
なのに、どうして邪魔になりたくないなんて、そんなわけないのに。ヒカルがいなきゃダメなのに。私がダメだったの？うまくできてなかったの？あの時言ったみたいに、これじゃ意味なかったの？
She stayed crouching for a short while thereafter. School is now out. Again, Hekiru went straight home without coming here to paint. Saying Hikaru might come home. Ever since that conversation we had in the passageway, I felt a stark lump in the pit of my stomach. So I came here, almost unconsciously, despite the fact that Hekiru had already left. That promise we made 10 years ago. You promised to play together again once we grew up. Even if we were separated, we believed wholeheartedly that we'd see each other again if we exchanged this promise. Initially, I did a pinky promise with Hekiru. Then Hikaru walked in, upset, and demanded that we include her too. That was how I ended up promising the two of them that I'd marry them. I made a pinky promise with Hikaru too, because it didn't feel fair to just do it with Hekiru. I know how much Hekiru cherished that memory over the years. But Hikaru, on the other hand, she acknowledged that it was just something silly we did as kids, and we haven't really touched upon it at all. To me, what did that promise mean to me? What does Hikaru mean to me? A childhood friend? My girlfriend's sister? Those don't quite encapsulate it. I've always felt this way about her. I...
うん。
Startled, I turn around to face the door.
ゆうちゃんじゃない。
Ah, Asurin Sensei だ。
どっちだと思ったのかしら？
She knows the answer to that question full well. I don't know.
入ってもいい？
I nod wordlessly, then she casually strolls in. After that, she sticks her hands in her pockets and turns towards me.
なんとなく来てみたら、ゆうちゃんがいるなんてね。ごめんね、日曜の夜は。まあ、何度も言うように、嘘ついてたわけでもないんだけど。
Right. We've had this conversation. She was there when Hikaru ran off. In other words, you knew all along, didn't you? You knew Hikaru wasn't coming home.
おじさんだからね。それに私は、その後、ヒッキーから連絡もらってたの。一応保護者だから。
So that means you gave her permission to run away from home? Did you really think that was a good thing for her to do?
私が止めてどうなる問題でもないもの。おじさんにできるのはせいぜいアドバイスくらいよ。だから。
She then abruptly starts walking forward. I watch her, observing her actions. Before long, she stops in front of the desk. There's a sketchbook lying on it, and she picks it up.
これ、ゆうちゃんが描いた絵？
I nod. It was the rough sketch of the first subject we'd done, the cube. Asurin Sensei stares at it pensively, only to shrug her shoulders and say,
恋の形は正しいものばかりじゃない。いびつでもいいの。ただ、後悔だけはしないように。
I can't derive meaning from what she's saying right away. However, it leaves a deep impression on me for whatever reason. On the way home, I unconsciously took a detour. I walked around randomly, mulling all about the things on my mind. The promise we made 10 years ago, where we are now, and my own feelings. But all of a sudden, Hekiru! She left school earlier than I did, but she's probably been wandering around town lost in thought like I have. In which case, she came here for the same reason that I did. About Hikaru.
その話はもう。
I know, but I don't want to ignore this. I want to think over everything carefully.
姿を消して連絡もしなくなったのに。
That's why I want to. Don't you feel the same way, Hekiru? Can we talk about it?
聞かせてほしい。私に思ってること。
She slowly nods with a relaxed expression. She was really down in the dumps at lunchtime, but I'm glad to see she's doing better now. Relatively speaking. I nod in response and begin talking. I have to confront these questions precisely because she ran away. Questions like, what does she mean to me? Do you remember when we made that promise 10 years ago? You promised to marry each other first, but then Hikaru came in and I made the same promise to her. And it ended up with us all promising to get married when we grew up.
やっぱり。でもそれは子供の頃のことだよ。
Maybe so, but nothing's changed. I still love both of you just as much as I did back then. And that got me thinking. What if, instead... Don't do this to her. Not now. What if, instead of you, Hikaru was the one who asked you to marry her on that day you both came back? What would I have done? It's purely hypothetical, of course. There's little point in thinking about what ifs when reality took a different course. But still, I can't stop myself from considering the possibility. And if I take what I feel in my heart now and apply it to that hypothetical scenario, yeah, it's high time that I acknowledge it.
You 好きだよ。
私も大好きです、Hekiru. The love in my heart for her takes the same form for Hikaru.
どうせ無駄に終わるだろうけどね。
Always sarcastic, cynical, even a bit cold, you might say.
いいかユウ、ヘキルと二人きりになるからってくれぐれも間違いを起こしてくれるなよ。本当ならありえないんだからな。可憐なヘキルを男と二人にするなんてことは。
Yet, quick to anger, in the same vein, I always had a knack for flaring of tempers.
では座りたまえよ。今君の分の箸を出す。不本意ながらね。だがヘキルのリクエストとなれば仕方がない。
Still, underneath all of that, she has a kind heart. And despite her tomboyish demeanor, she has a feminine side to her.
君はどうだい？
Even though she gives me an attitude, she always engages me earnestly, and it helps me whenever way she can.
いいから隠して！早く隠して！
The fuck?
ユウ、見ないで。
Most people don't know, but she has a bashful side. She blushes immediately at the mention of anything sexual. She's beautiful, sweet. Occasionally, I get a glimpse into her true nature and realize she's just a delicate girl like everyone else.
ょ。僕はこれが楽なんだ。
In retrospect, I want to believe that the demeanor she normally shows us is something she does to hide that side of her. That's why I...
これだけは言っておく。僕は男が嫌いだ。けどね、ユウ、君は別だよ。昔から。だからなんだよ。
I fell in love with Hikaru while I fell in love with Hekiru. I can't avert my eyes from the truth anymore. I came to hold the same affection for both of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be feeling this pang in my chest right now. I survey my surroundings. I've been wandering around town all morning, hoping I might run into Hikaru by chance. Since I've been unable to contact her from my end, it's the only thing I can do. I can't just sit idly by and hope I hear something from her. Ah, god damn it. Man, what the hell am I doing? Occasionally I'll come back to my senses. It's crazy to think I'm in love with two girls at once. Especially considering I'm already in a relationship with one. I'm walking the streets looking for Hikaru despite knowing this is the wrong thing to do. Even suppose I find her by some stroke of luck. I can't do anything about it since I'm already dating Hekiru. God, talk about a pickle. Off to the next place. And yet, I don't stop. I spent my entire day walking throughout the town. Once the sun sets, I returned home. I didn't spot Hikaru even once. But worst of all, I can't tell whether I'm disappointed or relieved. Tadaima!
お帰りなさいませ、坊ちゃま。お留守の間にヘキル様がいらしてますよ。
Huh? She did?
はい、坊ちゃまを待ちたいとのことでしたので、お部屋の方にお通しいたしました。
Hekiru? Sure enough, Hekiru is in my room. When she sees me, she leans forward and gazes at me sorrowfully. 大丈夫ですか?
待ってた。
The bed springs creak lightly. And then Hekiru leans forward more.
ユウを待ってた。
Did it hurt too much being at home alone? This is the first time we've seen each other today. So with that in mind, I wouldn't be surprised if she came over here because the loneliness is too hard to bear. However, Hekiru shakes her head vehemently. Excuse me. Hekiru?
ねえ、ユウは
私のこと好き？
Huh? Well, yeah, I love you. I'm a bit bewildered by the unexpected question, but I still answer right away.
本当？
Of course. There's nothing untruthful about my response. I do love her from the bottom of my heart. But at the same time,
私と結婚したい？
I mean... Oh. Not off to a good start there, champ. Someday, yeah. This is also true. I'm not lying. But it almost feels like I am. At that point, something hits me and I begin to think. There's something about all these questions she's directing at me. It almost seems like she's reenacting the promise he made 10 years ago. So the next thing she'll say is sure to be... Right at that moment...
お待ちください。それでは。
What the fuck? Huh?
ヒカル！
The door flies open and... Huh?